Hey, what's going on, Card Pack? Today we're going to go over the top 10 cards that went up the most over the last 7 days. So these would be the top 10 cards across all the sports, not just one particular sport. And it's really important because it gives us a gauge of, what sports people are most interested in, what's moving the most, stuff like that. And there were some interesting ones this week. We'll dive into that in a second. First, I got a few reminders. The audios from these YouTube publishings can be found on the podcast. Link for that in the description. Join the Card Pack newsletter. It's free. Any cards that I find as buys on these videos, I send out to the Card Pack newsletter first. Of course, join the Sports Card Society. It's only $12.99 a month or $129 a year. What I do is I send my sports card investment pick of the day. I publish it in the members area. It's a video. It's about 5 minutes long. Usually it shows the card, and it shows all the data and research as to why I think that card's a good buy, and I also share what I plan on doing with that card. Am I looking to quick flip it? Am I looking to long-term hold it? Am I looking to sell it in 3 months? Stuff like that. Here's some previous examples. Back in February, here's this Kyler Murray. Wow, apparently I'm getting a lot of offers on these Shoheis. Just a second. It's Kyler Murray. We're getting it for a little over $200 in February. Here it is going for upwards of $400 in March. Okay, eBay, I get the point. Hold on. Chipper Jones for $70 in January. Here it is going for $225 in March. Kobe for $180 in January, going for $600 in March. And lastly, LeBron going for $175 in January. Here he is going for $645 in February. And there's a lot more too. I just wanted to show those to give examples. So join the Sports Card Society. Plus you get access to what I think is one of the best discords in all of sports card investing. Is we have a private Discord group for Sports Card Society members because everyone in there is active, they're experienced, they're knowledgeable, and they're helpful. It's a wonderful, wonderful place. So link for the Sports Card Society in the description, sportscardsociety.com. Let's dive into the content, you beautiful people. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. I really want to get to 3,000. Please help me do that. Really appreciate that. Hit that notification bell so you can get notified. And of course, give a like on this video. I also really appreciate that. So we're in the Market Movers tool. I went to price movements by card, and I just went to PSA 10. I didn't pull up any sports. And of course, we look at the PSA 10 because that's where the entire market starts. The price of everything starts at the price of the PSA 10. Jarrett Culver, number one on the list. Interesting. 2019 Prism. Pop count of 815, up 97% on the week. Jarrett Culver, he's a Timberwolves guy. Timberwolves are terrible. They're probably the worst team in basketball. Why did he spike up? I'm not sure. Timberwolves are my team, which is just incredibly painful. I try not to pay attention to a damn thing they do because it just is awful. This card started the week at 37, ended the week at 73. I'm not even going to look any further. I am not a buy on this. The Timberwolves are terrible. I am definitely a sell. If it's up to that, sell it. Wendell Carter Jr., 2018 Prism Silver, pop count of 669, up 77% on the week. Let's pull this sucker up. Interesting, Wendell Carter Jr. Doubles. Here we go. Started the week at 99, went down to 85, ended the week at 160. Let's pull this card back 60 days and see what the story is, Morning Glory. Come on, load up. Load up. So, interesting. So, it looks like it was kind of hanging out around here, around $80 maybe. Then it went up a good amount and then down. Now it went up. Yeah, I'm a sell. I'm a sell on this card. I'm a sell. Sell that sucker. Next on the list, number 3, Rice Hoskins. Or is it Reese? I don't remember. 2018 Topps, pop count of 875, up 70% on the week. I can tell you he's a baseball player. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. Reese? Rice? He's a pretty good player, though. I don't pay much attention to him. Okay, there we go. Like I say, pop count 875. This card started the week at $15, ended the week at $28.78. This is the PSA 10. That's an extremely cheap PSA 10. If you're a fan of him, just buy it. It's just so cheap. Not a card I'm investing in. I'd probably either hold it or sell it because it's just too low of a price point. I mean, when you go to buy something that low price on eBay, it's just the shipping cost just matters so much right? Because if this card's going for $30 and the shipping is $4, all of a sudden you're at $34 plus another probably $3 tax, and then you're at $37. So when you go to sell this thing, eBay's going to take 10%. So you got to sell this thing for at least $50 to even make a few bucks. It's just too hard because of that shipping fee, really. But if you want to go to StarStock and get a card like that, that's a different story. If you're not familiar with StarStock, this is a different marketplace where they don't, you just buy and sell the cards right here on the marketplace. There's no shipping. I mean, you can get them shipped to you, but that's not really the point of this thing. Like if we go to Rice, actually, I'll probably just pull on up. My computer's going a little slow. See, there's the exact card right there. Yeah, there's 10 for sale for $35. That's not that crazy because you're not paying shipping fees or tax on that. But then there's the StarStock A. And if you're not familiar, StarStock A, it's a grade. Like StarStock actually looked at the card and they said, this card looks good. We believe it will either be a 9 or a 10. And the latest batch they had 1,100 some StarStock A's go to PSA. And when they came back, 92% of them were PSA 9s or 10s. So this is a legit grade. If I wanted to invest in this card, I'd do it on StarStock. I'll put a link in the description for StarStock. Use code SportsCardConsultant for $10 free when you deposit $10 or more. All that stuff's in the description. Next on the list, Shohei Ohtani. As you saw at the beginning of this video, apparently people are making me offers on my Shohei that I have up for sale right now. 2018 Topps Chrome Update, rookie debut, pop count of 804, up 69%. Shohei was someone that I was touting even on the channel here, where I was like, I think that he's just really underrated. He's always hurt. He's hurt a lot. But when he plays, he's really good. I think way too many people forgot about that. So all he's got to do is stay healthy. I mean, listen, I'm not holding on to this thing long term. I'm just, I felt that they were really undervalued. So hopefully he snagged up some of those because, I think he has money to be made. Anyways, so this card started the week at 137, ended the week at 135. So it didn't really go up much. It's just that it went down, then went up. But if we pull it back like 60 days real quick, overall, it's just gone up, right? And I was talking about it on the channel back here, saying, I think Shohei's a good buy. By the way, this Market Movers tool that I'm using here to see all this stuff, most important thing I use in sports card investing, this thing makes me a lot of money because it's able to give me all this data and I'm able to see what's going on and make really, truly informed decisions. I'll leave a link in the description for the Market Movers tool. Use code SOCIETY for 20% off your first month or your first year. So this Shohei, I'm not buying. I'm probably selling because it looks like it's just kind of around the top. I'd be looking to sell this thing for $130. So I'm selling that too. No buys yet on the list. Yordan Alvarez, 2019 Bowman Chrome, pop count of 1692, up 64% on the week. Let's take a look at the chart. As we just saw in the Shohei, that gain can be deceiving. This gain does not look deceiving. This looks pretty legit. $30 to start the week, high sale $50, latest sale of $48.50. Bowman Chrome. I think Bowman Chrome's a little bit of an undervalued product. About a Tatis Bowman Chrome 2019 a bit ago. I felt that was undervalued. I bought it at $275. It quickly went up to $400 because I bought it right when he signed that contract. But it's one I think I'm going to hold on to for a little bit, just cause. I should have sold it, but I just kind of wanted to hold it. Sometimes you just do that. Let's pull this card back 60 days and see if there's any buying opportunity here, or is this just up and maybe it's a sell? Interesting. Overall, he's been going up. Here he was at $45 at the end of March. 48. Overall, he's ticking up. Let's go to eBay and take a look, see what he's selling, what he's listed at. It's an auction. 55 or best offer. So you could probably get this for under $50. Because I like the look of this chart here, how he just seems to be ticking up overall through the everything. I think that's one that I could maybe buy. Plus, it's cheap. It's only like $50. And I see this listing here saying, "Hey, shut up, phone. What are you doing?" You could probably get it for under $50 by making an offer. So I dig that. So I'll put a link for this card in the description. I think I wouldn't say I'm 100% a buy, but I'm not a sell. I'd either be a hold or a buy. So that's why I'm going to put a link for it in the description. Let's move on to the next one. Alex Bregman, 2016 Bowman Chrome, pop count of 509, up 56%, about 57% actually, on the week. I don't know much about him. I don't know much about Alex Bregman. You know, it seems like he's been around for a bit. I just don't know much about him. Let's see here. Started the week at 89, went up to 140 to end the week. So he's on a bit of a trajectory. Let's pull him back 60 days. It's hard for me to call that a buy. You know, I don't need to know a whole lot about Alex Bregman to know, but I need to know technical analysis, which is a complicated term, but it's not that complicated. It's at $90, and that shoots up to 140 at the beginning of the baseball season. I don't see that trajectory continuing. It doesn't really matter what he does. He would have to be doing outstanding, like crazy things to keep that trajectory up for even a little bit of time. So I think I'd be a sell on that. By the way, talking about technical analysis, I put together a course on how to really read these charts and find buy signals and sell signals, but mostly buy signals, and being able to interpret the data. That's how I'm able to find, cards like this before it goes up, cards like this before it goes up, cards like this before it goes up. I just know because of the technical analysis, something I call the delta factor. And I put together a course, about 7-8 videos, about 3-4 hours of content, really, really in-depth on analyzing these different data trends to be able to find undervalued cards, because that's the name of the game, finding undervalued cards, because when you do that, you make money. I also have some bonuses in there. There's a free month of the Sports Card Society, and you get an entire year's access to the Sports Card Society Discord group, which again I think is one of the best in all the sports card investing. But yeah, and plus you get free updates on this. When I add videos to this course, you automatically get them. So check that out. Link in the description. Why do I still have you up, Alvarez? Bregman. So I'm a sell on that. Because what's gone on here is it just took off too fast, and it went up from $90 to $140 in a couple days. And plus, based off the last 60-day chart, it's going to come down. Now, it may go back up, but it's going to come down. You watch. Get the market movers tool and watch. It's going to come down. And if it goes up, it's not going to go up much more. Good time to get out. Chipper Jones, 1991 Bowman base, pop count of 1727, up 54% on the week. That's pretty interesting. See, we got Chipper here. We got our first legend on the list. Chipper. Obviously, I dig Chipper. I recommended this one back here, the tops, back in January to the Sports Card Society, and in March it went for $225. It's probably going for even more now. I haven't checked it. I just haven't updated this page. And this one right here, interesting. So it started the week at $115, ended the week at $215, but the sale before that was $140. So that's quite a jump. Why did that happen? I'm not sure. Let's go back 90 days and see what we see. Let's see the path this card has followed. So it had a nice run up to 260, about 268, and then it went down to 115. So that's why it's running up, because people finally said that's enough, because that's clearly the floor. I mean, you look at this chart, right? You see all the way back here 90 days ago, it was about $78. Then it went up to 140, and then it went down to 100. And it seems like 100, 115 seems to be the floor of this card. And I explain a lot of stuff and go over a lot of this in the delta factor. But you can see what's going on here with the market. Like, here's the floor. The market said, nope, it cannot go lower than that. And then it started going back up. And then it started going back up. And the market said, oh, crap, I waited too long. I got to get in before it skyrockets. And then it skyrockets. Like, it's literally, that's what it is. That's the mentality. That's the thought. So what you want to do is you want to get ahead of this. Now I'm not buying at 215. With that being said, I could definitely see this card going above this. I could see this card going above 300 on this run. But I'm going to buy it on the next way down probably. because Chipper's not doing much. He ain't playing. He ain't been playing for a while. He's a Hall of Famer. He's probably the most famous living Brave, I think. Obviously, Hank Aaron. Yeah, I know, but he's not alive. So, Chipper Jones. You could argue Greg Maddux and the pitchers, but nah, you got to go with the non-pitchers for the most part. Yeah. So unfortunately, I'm a hold. I am a hold on that card, not a sell. If you bought, I wouldn't hate it. Let's go see. Let's go to eBay. Let's take a look. Let's see what we see some listings for. If we see some for under 200, I might be in on that. It's an auction. Interesting auction going on. 225. No best offers. You know what? I'm going to put a link in the description to this just because of that one auction. If y'all want to go take part in it. Because it's got over 4 hours left. By the time you see this video, this very well may still be going on. And you might be able to snag this for under $200. If you could do that, I'd be a buy it under 200. So yeah, all right. But other than that, I'm a hold. Next on the list, Kobe White. 2019 Prism Silver. Pop count of 1,060. Excuse me. Pop count of 1,063, up 51% on the week. I should have said this earlier, but in case you're new to this, if you don't know what pop count means, that means, in this case, this card in the grade PSA 10, there are 1,063 of them available. That's the pop count of the PSA 10 of this card. Yes, there's pop counts of PSA 9s, BGS 9.5s, SGC 10s, CSG 10s, all this stuff is pop counts. It just means how many of that card in that grade exist. So this card, sometimes these pictures they take of these are really good. The way they do that, they really catch that silver like that, silver, even though when you actually look at them, they're like this rainbow effect, the prism effect, the refractor effect is what it really is because that's the originator of it. But they're the same thing. They just patent, they trademark the different names. This card started the week at 331, went down to 244, had a spike all of a sudden to 460. So I don't see that as a very legitimate sale. Let's pull this back over 60 days. 60 days. I felt like, just nothing but going down. I have some Kobe Whites that I should have got rid of a long time ago, but I slept on it for some reason. So I'm going to probably wait to sell him until next season, honestly. So yeah, I am, well, jeez. It's probably not going, it's so low. Are Bulls going to make the playoffs? Where's the East? Okay, let's refresh this. All right, Bulls, where you at? 10, so you could possibly be in a play-in spot, but boy, you're fringy. No one expects you to go too far. I don't think I can buy that card. Next on the list, so I'd probably hold it and sell it till next season because that's what I'm doing with mine that I have. I think, no, okay, Mike Trout next on the list is 2012 Prism, pop count of 500, up 45% on the week. Now, Prism is a Panini product. Panini does not have the license for Major League Baseball. Topps does. So look at this card. You won't see anything with the Angels, Los Angeles Baseball Club. No Angels logos, nothing. Because they don't have the license, they can't put that on a card. So in baseball, Topps is what you want. With that being said, some people are just Prism fans. And of course, Mike Trout is the man. This card's been pretty flat overall. I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't buy Panini products such as Prism for baseball. You buy Topps and Bowman for baseball because they own the license. They have the logos. They have the names. So on that card, if I had it, I'd probably be a hold because that chart didn't look like it was going anywhere. Next on the list, Corey Seager. Had a great catch last week for the Mariners. I live in Seattle. I saw that highlighted everywhere like they just won the damn World Series. 2016 Topps Chrome, pop count of 1,009, up 44% on the week. Coffee. Started the week at 228, ended the week at 354. That's a pretty interesting. Not Corey Seager. What am I talking about? Not for the Mariners. God, who's the guy? Who's the guy on the Mariners? Not Corey. Obviously not Corey Seager. He's Dodger. He was a World Series MVP. Who's the guy for the Mariners that had that catch last week? Corey. Nope, I'm way off. It was Mitch Haniger that had the catch. Corey Seager, I believe his brother plays for the Mariners. I think it's his brother. What the hell's his name? Is it Kyle Seager? No. Damn it, what's his name? Anyways, I'm done. No one cares about the Mariners. Corey Seager, obviously a really good player. He was a World Series MVP last year. Young guy. 2016 here. Let's pull this one back 60 days. This card's done nothing but go up. But now it's really spiking. I can't say I'm a buyer with that kind of a spike. When it goes up, 245 to 354 in a week, I can't buy that. I can't, because that's got to be, it's got to come down some. I think it will. So what I'll do is I'll put a link in the description. I think I would be a buy. Let's go look at it, because I think I would be a buy as it comes down, because I think it's going to come down real quick after this. Maybe not. It's just gone up too much. Middle of baseball season like this. Take me to buy it now. Oh, there's not even any up for sale. Interesting. What's the pop count? 1,009. Boy, there should be some up for sale. Anyways, you know what? I wouldn't be a buy on it. I'd probably be a sell. Because the baseball season has started, and things will kind of go up here for a bit in the beginning, and then they go down. And they go down for a while. Typically, that's the cycle. I talk about that type of stuff in the Delta Factor. But that was the list. As you saw, there's a lot of baseball. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 baseball players and 3 basketball players. Interesting. I don't want to say changing of the guard, but it really shows what's going on. There's a lot of activity going on in baseball because it just started. That makes sense. That's what happens. But other than that, that's the list. I only had a couple cards that I thought were worth buying on this list. I'll put a link for those in the description. Of course, podcast is a link, Card Pack newsletter, Sports Card Society. Of course, get my sports card tip of the day, pick of the day, that is, and check out the Delta Factor. And of course, if you don't have the Market Movers tool, what are you doing? You cannot do intelligent sports card investing without this data tool. That's my opinion. And not even my opinion. It's a fact. You can't go back and forth between 130 point and eBay. Just stop being cheap. Just stop being cheap. This thing, it's sure there's a subscription price to it, but it's not an expense to me. This thing makes me money. I don't spend my monthly subscription fee, or my yearly actually, but I just use it, and I make money. That's how I find, this LeBron, this Kobe, this Chipper, that using the Delta Factor. I find that stuff. So check it out. Use code SOCIETY for 20% off your first month of your first year of the Market Movers tool. But like I said, a lot of baseball on here. I don't know how much baseball I'm buying right now because the season just kicked off and people are hyped up. But I think the hype dies really quickly, traditionally speaking, when you look at the cycles. So I'm not really buying baseball right now to a high degree. But that's what I got for you, Card Pack. Thank you for watching. You are so awesome. Stay classy. I will see you mañana.